Hi, everyone. I'm Reverend Barbara Nahmias of Creative Ceremonies of New York, and I have been an interfaith, some say non denominational minister, it all depends how you look at it, but I've been doing this work since 2011, and it is my great joy and my great privilege to officiate over the weddings of many, many couples in New York. I've literally done hundreds of weddings over the years. I've done every kind of wedding in every kind of location you could ever imagine. But really, what I want to say to you is that the only wedding that I really care about when I'm working with you is your wedding. And your wedding ceremony is something that we can create together, or you can actually leave all the work to me. It all depends um, how what you prefer in the process. So I always say that because I know there's a lot to think about when you're planning a wedding. But of course, I'm a little biased, but I think the ceremony is the most important part. That's when you're taking your vows to each other. That's when you're making your promises in front of your friends and community. And so I really work hard to create a ceremony based on what you tell me about your needs and who you are as individuals and as a couple. Um, so that's really my goal. And my goal is to get the tone just right, to get the words just right, and to really craft your vision and bring it into reality. Um, I'm pretty good at getting couples. That's kind of my expertise. I'll tell you a little bit about how I work. I'll have an initial conversation with you, usually over the phone or by FaceTime, Skype, whatever you prefer. If we decide we're going to work together, then we sign a little contract, and that basically says the fee we've agreed upon. That fee is dependent upon when and where the wedding is, how complicated it is, quite honestly, how much work it is for me, because there's a big difference between a quick elopement or a quick wedding in Central Park and a very elaborate wedding with a lot of moving pieces and a large wedding party and many people playing different parts. But either way, I completely customize your ceremony. If somebody walked in who didn't know you, they would know quite a bit about you just by uh, just by witnessing your ceremony. So that's my goal with every single wedding that I officiate. So after we would sign the contract, which basically, as I said, agrees on the fee, agrees that I will show up, that I am legally allowed to do this, and it protects both of us. So then we would start working, and what I do is I send each person in the couple a questionnaire to fill out. I suggest that you don't show them to each other, and they're really targeted questions to get me to see where you're on the same page, where you might not be on the same page. Sometimes I work with people of different faiths. Some people who sometimes one person in the couple has a very strong idea about including a lot of ritual and the other one doesn't want it. There are sometimes some differences, and so I just need to see those and talk about those with you. Um, and then the other great thing about the questionnaire is I give you the opportunity to talk about your relationship, about what brought you together, why get married now. And I really use that information and also parts of your story if you wish to share that. Um, and I'll use it to help customize your ceremony. So that is the next step. Once I get those back, we'll have again either a face to face or a phone call, whichever you prefer. A lot of people are very busy and they do a lot of work by Skype and FaceTime these days, but I'm perfectly willing to meet face to face. I love meeting couples face to face, so that's really up to you. Obviously, if it's a quick elopement, there may not be time for that, but for most of the ceremonies that I do, I work with couples. I see them several times. We go back and forth by email, and I begin to craft. I do a first draft and I send it to you. And anything that doesn't seem to be fitting, doesn't seem to be the wording or what you had in mind, I will work on it and work on it until it is absolutely perfect and And then, once we have that, my job is also to help you, maybe write vows if you're doing your own vows, to make suggestions about um, music, to, do a quick rehearsal ahead of time, or if you're having a separate rehearsal, we can, talk about that too. Um, and then when I get to the venue, obviously, and I always get there at least an hour early, um, I will coordinate. I will give cues to the band for the music. I will work with any wedding planner that's there. I need somebody to send people down the aisle. So I test the mic. I make sure any props that we need are there. And I really take care of everything that has to do with the ceremony so that you do not have to worry about that at all. Um, and once you are up there at that altar, I'm really holding a space for you to both be completely present with each other, so that you don't miss the whole thing, because some people get so nervous that they're kind of in a fog and they don't even remember their ceremony. So my goal is to be able to really ground you if you are nervous, and really hold that space for you and help you to be very, very present with each other. Um, I always say, tears are allowed, and giggling is allowed. Everything's allowed. It's all beautiful once we're up there. It's all about the love, and it's all about what you mean together, and everything that's brought you to that moment, what you mean to each other, to and everything that's brought you up to that moment. So I hope to work with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. You can find me on creativeceremoniesofnewyork.com, and I will love to just have a quick conversation with you on the phone to talk about your vision, or if you don't have a vision, to start giving you some ideas and getting you excited about your ceremony. So please give me a call or text me 646-736-9672. Hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.